TuneCore just carried them along, I guess. But I still got a couple verses left on Spotify.
Yeah, them motherfuckers keep your shit forever.
Man.
You try and tell them take that shit down, they don't want to.
Because I was selling my music when CD Baby was brand new. That, when they first was invented.
And your shit still on now.
I mean, you know, they own the rights to that bitch now. Shit.
I used to bootleg on all them motherfuckers.
My shit not on there.
CD Baby.
How you bootleg on them?
Oh, man, I was going crazy. You know, man, DJs had to get paid some kind of way. Nigga. You wonder why them CDs was free, huh? Like, I got paid already. I would pay for the CD.
You ain't got to wonder no more. You got one to boo-boo.
Hey, man, that's off the record, right? It's off the record. They gonna be like, what's on that mixtape? That motherfucker owe me some money. I tell you what, there's a lot of artists' career got blew up off them same motherfucking mixtapes. I tell you what.
Oh, cool.
Facts.
Like what era that was? Like what time?
Early 2000s?
Shit.
The biggest mixtape era was like 05.
I tell you what, I wasn't big in the mixtapes till like as far as getting my name out there, probably 07. But I was overshadowed, man, because right back then, you know, the niggas from Atlanta, they had this circle, and they had this dude named Eddie, OG Hood Rich. He put some shit together. And,
Hood Rich?
And that
nigga there?
Yeah, this nigga named OG Hood Rich. You'll hear all of them say Hood Rich, Money Range, and all of that. But I tell you what, if you go back and think, Eddie been around a long time. The Little Flip first blew up. That was probably the major key. That nigga went to jail. And then, you know, his status sustained, but it didn't maintain. You know what I'm saying? It kept going for a while. You know, people still know him and everything, but that opened up the door, and I think him and Eddie fell out. And the mixtape that really just, you know, like pretty much like that, you know, damaged everybody's opinion about Flip over down the Southeast Coast. Eddie was one of the main motherfuckers pushing that bitch.
Holding it down and shit.
Down with the king, T.I.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no shit.
No shit.
He was fucking everything up. He was fucking up what,
you know. Him and Eddie fell out. Like, I think that if him and Eddie would have still been working together, you know, there was no way that mixtape would have got any life.
Yeah.
Like, no credit. They could have spent all the commercial dollars they wanted, but they needed the streets. And back then, the streets was mixtape.
Right.
You know?
How them niggas fell out?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't around then. You know what I'm saying? I've always known Flip my whole life, but we just, you know, we business partners. We do business together. Like, we do a podcast. You know what I'm saying?
It's jumping too, man.
I appreciate it.
I like it.
How y'all boys, like, you know what I'm saying, hooked up from the get-go?
What?
From
a long time ago?
Yeah. Man, we want to chop it up with you, man. I want to go back down through that.
I'll tell you a funny story. I was at this studio where they recorded a lot of hit songs there. Southside Groovin', what was that? What was Lil Troy's joint? Wanna Be a Baller. A lot of shit. The Day Screw died. Matter of fact, that's crazy because I had seen Lil Flip, but I met him for the first time. He had I Can Do That was out.
Right.
And I remember me and my homeboys was looking at the album cover like, look, man, this motherfucking cereal box and this and that. And my home, and when I older homeboys say, man, that shit selling.
Yeah.
That motherfucker selling, dog. And I said, huh? And then my little brother, I never forget, I came to the house, my little brother was talking about Lil Flip. And so it was like, oh, okay. So, you know, me and him, we were around the same age, but I was off on some other shit. I was trying to be a thug. You know, if it wasn't Tupac, Screw, you know, right then and there, Screwed Up Click, you know, Fat Pat, Mo, all them, Pokey, you know.
That side of the clique.
You know, we was on that Dove game, you know what I'm saying, all that shit. So, but the day Screw died, he was in the studio recording a song with Big Third, not Lil Third, the one that he had semi-beef with, but a dude by the name of Big Third. Off of South Post Stoke. Mike B. Mike Mike B used to call, Mike B and State used to call this shit.
You ain't talking about Big
Platinum
30 be
Sound?
running with Pokey, huh?
Big Third, yeah.
Yeah, Big 30.
They would, him and Lil Flip was in the studio at Mike B studio of a South Post stove the day Screw died.
Yeah.
I was there.
That's crazy.
And because Flip had on the same, because that's the same night the Cornbreads got kicked off. Because they ain't want to go to sleep. They was trying to stay up because they had to go on Mad Hatter Morning Show.
Man, shout out to Cornbreads, dog. Man, that's a throwback.
That's how Cornbreads got started.
Damn.
That's how Hanging Out there every night got started.
Shout out to Cornbread.
Talk to the people about cornbread. You know what I'm saying? How cornbread was back in the gap.
Man.
Oh, shit. Because I'm a little younger than y'all.
Ooh.
Niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I'll put it to you like this.
Cornbreads and 2 bars.
Just, yeah, 2 bars.
Oh,
Now, I
yeah.
started at 2
That nigga started
bars.
smiling.
Yeah,
Two
'cause he
bars.
remember 2 bars.
I started
dog.
at 2 bars. I jump off the porch right in the 2 bars.
Me too.
Well,
Yeah.
no, I jumped off the porch in the middle of the street, saw the double crack, then went to 2 bars
Yeah.
to spend the money.
Come on. Come on.
He jumped off at 2 bars on the dice game. I walked out with a whole Cadillac at that bitch.
Come on.
Swear to God,
Oh,
drove,
man.
drove a whole car home from
Oh,
that
man.
bitch.
It's possible.
Swear
He
to
said
God,
it's
I'm not lying.
It's possible.
I'm not lying
'Cause
to
that's,
you, dog.
you know, I'm from Hiram Clark, so that's a hood club, and 2 bars was a
Yeah.
place where if you didn't know what this motherfucker was,
I thought it was a nigga house.
you couldn't.
He
get
just
to
thugged that bitch out on some land.
Nah, my dude by the name of Hutch started that. Now Hutch was one of the original was the original Houston blood. He brought it from Cali,
Oh, that's what's
and
up.
that's why they had the Hiram Clark Bloods and all of that shit going. Well, Hutch
I was a
had
baby then. I ain't know that shit.
Hutch started that, and Hutch was a G. I don't know if Hutch's still alive. I haven't seen him in years, but Hutch started that as a place for them to hang out, and they started having them girls there selling pussy, gambling and selling pussies.
That's what it was,
You know
too.
what I'm saying? That's all it was.
Nigga was
That
selling
sound-
drinks.
that sound like
Nigga
a
was
nice
selling
spot to
drinks
be
out
at.
the kitchen.
It sounds a lot of money floating around that
Downstairs,
motherfucker.
it was a nigga strip club. Upstairs, all the hustlers and gangsters up there playing big dice,
And then they
nigga.
moved. They used to
Big
move the dice
Sound
table
like a
around.
lot of fucking money in there.
I drove
Yeah.
off. We left with a
With a
Cadillac
Cadillac, yeah.
and about $8,000 the first night. We like 16 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Man, fuck out of
I
here.
done lost all my money in that motherfucker
Yeah.
too.
Man.
You know, shit. But
Yeah,
get-
that shit
I'm
was-
talking about you get when Pimp C say $40, selling that pussy for $40.
Yeah.
You got the game. You could buy it for 40 right there.
Motherfucker.
The
I'm
baddest bitch in
Yeah,
the
I'm
world.
serious,
For
dog. The motherfucking
Yeah.
2 bars
But
was a fool, boy.
yeah, two bars got kicked out by Hutch. Then they was able to keep it going. A lot of people come up out. A lot of records were broke there too.
That 2 ball.
At 2 bar, Straight Profit was the Dindy and them used to hang up
Yeah.
there. That's where he found Zero. That's where they crunk Zero up.
Yeah.
3-2 used to hang up there. Pokey. A lot of those guys used to hang, but it wasn't until they got to Cornbreads. Now you gotta understand Cornbread. Imagine a Walmart parking lot, right? Imagine the whole Walmart
Yeah.
parking lot. At 12 a.m., there ain't no cars. But check this out. You got a dice game over here. You got another dice game over here, and another dice game over here, and another dice game.
Yeah.
You got niggas walking around with the tops and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Trying to get you off your shit.
Yeah.
You got bad bitches walking around. Some of the baddest bitches. Fuck the
So
street.
that whole
club.
like Carol's times what?
Nah.
Less
It
club,
was no
less
Carol's.
club, more pool holly vibe.
Cornbreads was a pool hall that probably was about the biggest this off.
Yeah, like
But
a
the
pool
parking
hall.
lot that they was attached to in that
That's
building.
what the move was.
Yep, it's right behind the what the transit center that name is? West Park Transit Center.
Yup.
I'm about 5 years. I'm about 5 years too late.
Shit,
Man,
that shit
bro.
it started in November when Screw died, November 2000. It started there. They were staying I think that was a Thursday or a Friday night it happened. But motherfuckers just start hanging up there. They start hanging, and then the police tried to run them off, and they say, "Nah, we were the pool hall."
Yeah.
But the dude who owned the building was cool, so he turned around and made it to where we're just gonna block the parking lot. We're gonna block all the entrances off to this bitch. It's one way in,
Yeah.
one way out this bitch.
Yeah.
Then they start charging by first they
You used to start
they start
parking on the
charging
other
by the
parking
car.
lot.
So it didn't matter how many motherfuckers you had in the car. You can open up the trunk, motherfucker riding that bitch with you. $20 a car.
Yeah.
All kind of motherfuckers started coming. Out, they came from everywhere, far and wide, all
Hey.
night.
Hey,
Come on, man.
a lot of women and drugs
on,
were
man.
transacted at
A lot of
motherfucking
fucking money.
cornbreads,
A
dog.
lot of fucking money.
A lot of women and a lot of drugs were transacted. For real.
Because the strip, because the track was Hillcroft in 59.
Yeah.
That was the track that they moved it from South Main to West Timer, but it ain't had no life on West Timer. Too many people, too many weirdos.
Yeah.
So you had a bunch. You had Michaels, the Hilton, Baymont Inn, right there, and the Colorado.
Right.
And so you got all these bright lights and these chicks just walking back and forth.
I used to look like Las Vegas back in the gap down there.
So cornbread started being a place where you could
So
get
cornbread's
your
off over there.
Matter of fact, ecstasy had just came out.
Yeah.
Real tough.
See, man.
That's when that popped out. That ecstasy, that blew up at 2 bars.
That was come on, baby, power up with
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah.
I just popped me
Yeah,
a
yeah.
hit, man.
Ecstasy in your life just to tighten your jaw.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Shit.
You know what I'm saying? That's when that shit. All of them niggas promoted and sold their records. Matter of fact, Trey got his start. I remember Trey, and big shout out to Trey too, because I remember when Trey was skinny. He had one gold tooth, and it might have been a cap.
He had like a little thin facial eye.
Nah, he didn't even have that.
That's when I first met him. He had a
That
little
motherfucker had
thin
a
joint.
Crown Royal bag with the stickers you press on the CD. Slab.
Yeah.
I mean, not Slab, but Gorilla Mob.
Yeah.
It was G-Mob.
G-Mar, yeah.
G-Mob, that's when him and Dougie D did that Year of the Underdogs. But he was out there selling some more bootlegs like pressed up. And
Hey, I know Dougie D got a single out now.
Oh yeah, shout out to Dougie.
With Bun B on it.
Yeah. And it's pretty good too.
And Kendrick James, I think.
It's pretty good
Yeah,
too.
what heard that?
Yeah, it's out
Dougie,
there.
you ain't email me, fool.
It's out there, man.
I need that.
Man, look.
Yeah.
Man, I am Hype South.
I am DJ Nitekap.
And I'm here.
Hey,
And this is
Throw It in the Game.
Throw in the motherfucking game.
Hey, we kicking it with a DJ. I fully respect this man and his movement and what he got going on, man. He just dropped a whole album with some of the craziest features you could ever imagine, man. DJ Hard Hitter.
Hey man, how y'all doing? What's up, world?
You in the building, children. Pay
You know what I'm saying?
attention.
What's up, fellas? Man, glad to be here. Thank y'all.
Yes, sir.
Glad to have you, man. So, like Hard Hitter, today we see you smiling, you happy.
Yeah.
You got this great energy about yourself, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But as you sit here and you tell these stories, it seems like you had a previous life to this great, vibrant, you know what I'm saying, person.
Shit, I had previous lives.
Man, I feel that shit.
I had previous lives.
Man,
Several
talk
of
to us
them.
about it, man. Talk to us about it.
It's funny because I relate to that shit.
Shit.
Man, I've been some of everything. I've been the bootleg man, the barbecue man. Shit, I've been some of everything, bro. The DJ,
Yeah.
the rapper, the promoter,
Yeah.
the party thrower, the counselor, the manager.
What was
Everything.
Hey, what was the driving catalyst that made you say, man, I'm done with this bullshit and I'm finna get serious about this other shit?
Well, I never was not serious.
I feel like
I just ran into a whole bunch of other people who weren't serious. And
I dig it.
And they wasn't, and it was like I was, maybe I was a bit too extreme. But
What you mean?
because I'm an addict of success. You
Oh,
know what I'm
man.
saying? Like, I'm like, you know, selling shit, you could tell me no 100 times. I know it take, well, put it like this here, let me tell you like this. It take 99 no's. It take 100 no's to get one yes. So I'm trying to hurry up and get the 99
Oh, man.
no's
Yeah.
so I can get this one yes.
Yeah. What they
You know what I'm
said,
saying?
a 9 to 1. My homeboy tell me about this. He was like, it's a 9 to 1 rule or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like for every 9 no's, you get 1 yes.
So I done had people tell me no about a lot of shit. And a lot of times people, just because they tell you no or they tell you it can't work, that don't mean it can't work.
Yeah.
That just means this person can't relate to what you're trying to make work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The only way you're going to truly find out is if you try.
I'm like,
You know what I'm saying? So,
That's what's up. That's real.
so, you know, when it comes to seeking and motivation, having motivation, it's, man, God put it in me. You know
you
what
got a
I'm saying?
contagious energy.
What?
Contagious energy, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, it is what it is, man. We got one life to live, man. This shit ain't practice. So if it feel good, you might as well do it.
Yeah.
So if it feel bad to frown and it feel good to smile, you should do a lot of smiling.
Man, that's right. And smoke a lot of weed.
Hell yeah.
and smoke hella weed,
You
goddamn.
know what I'm saying?
That's what's up though, man. I fuck with that, dog.
Like a motherfucker.
Shit.
Man, if you y'all got the podcast. You say you hooked up, you ran the flip back in the gap. You know what I'm saying? Y'all started the podcast doing good. Now you moved on and you done dropped it. Well, you still doing that, of course. Now you dropped this album, and bro, you got a feature on that hoe where a lot of people ain't.
How did it happen, dog? How did you get
How
that
did you
feature?
get Nipsey Hussle on your
Okay, well,
project, bro?
yeah, okay, well,
Rest in peace of Nipsey Hussle too.
rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? Well, big shout out to my boy G-Mac. Now, G-Mac is one of the artists that I'm working with at Hard Hitter Nation. And we got another side label called Side Nigga Nation. You know what I'm saying? That's his little thing. He in the pimping and, you know, playing.
I like
you know
it.
what I'm saying?
I like it. It's got a ring to it.
Hey, SNN.
It's like
So,
it's got a ring to it. Side nigga nation. I like it.
So he's from LA. He's from Compton, you know, and he's a very influential member to a lot of that crowd that was up and coming.
Yeah.
Which involved Nipsey Hussle, Roddy Ricch. First time Roddy Ricch ever rapped was at his house. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
YG, RJ. Let me give you another one. Kendrick Lamar. You know, they all in there from Compton and around the same age. Well, G-Mac was he had a mixtape he was trying to push, but he was just a guy, you know, trying to get in the mix. And he had let me hear this particular song. It didn't have a Nip verse on it. You know what I'm saying? It had his verse. But he was like, man, this is the song I'm pushing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, nah, look, if you're going to push that, you need to do a remix. You're going to need a feature. Woo, 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 woo. Because he like, man, everybody fucking with me. Look, man, Nip was just at my show. Like, Nip fucked with this dude.
Yeah.
He used to come in shows, everything. This is his little homie. This is his homie. They were
What's
homie.
up?
So, somehow or another, as time go on, he calls me. He said, hey, man, I'm going to get Nip to get on the song. What you think about that? I'm like, hell yeah. Now, at the time, I'm getting ready to move to L.A. because I had got a gig with the Crown Prince of South Korea, and I was filming a whole TV show. So I had moved to Beverly Hills and stayed there for a whole year. So while I was down there, we was able to get the record together.
Bro, Loke, I don't even mean to interrupt you, but you been fucking living. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You been fucking living.
Yeah, so I was staying in Beverly Hills for a year, filming a TV show called Master Munchies, recipes you can cook in 15 minutes or less when you're hot. So we were also trying to start up another show called Get Rich or Die Trading, which was a cryptocurrency show. And one of the pilot pitches in the proposal was having Nip on the show. So we was already having that involved. So when G-Mac calls me, I'm already finna move there. I came there a whole month early. They in the studio, like 3 days. Nip had a whole nother verse. He took some of that off and redid it again, and him and G-Mac finally agreed what they should keep and this and that. And so it was just G-Mac. G-Mac was singing the hook, and you had Nip on there with him. Then he calls me. He was like, man, I'm going to let RJ sing the hook. And RJ got a verse. Cause he just got signed to YG. He doing the Mr. LA tour and this and that, blah blah blah. So then they come out with it. So now we got the song. We got the song. We getting ready to put it out. We getting ready to service the record and everything. Boom. G-Mac got to go on vacation, man.
And how long ago this was about?
We started the actual process in 2017. We were able to complete it the way that we wanted to have it.
That one song
with my vocals on it and everything. Because if you look back, I leaked the song on Strip Club Trappin' 2, and then I pulled it down. He leaked the song on his side, Nigga Nation 2, and we pulled it down. But there was that version where I had my vocals, and we shot the video. Matter of fact, the video was $450.
Yeah.
Nip brought his cars to the video. Nip threw on his hoodie, the Side Nigga Nation, our hoodie, SNN in the video, and he rapped his verse. G-Max home, matter of fact, the ladies in the video, y'all gonna edit that, right?
No, say what the fuck you want to.
I want to have some more respect. I don't want to look bad. I love the ladies. You know, King of the Vibe is good to the ladies. You know what I'm saying? No, but the ladies, the girls, all the models that's in the video, those are G-Max girls. Those are his girls. You know what I'm saying?
Video out.
Yeah, we just put World Star put the video out. What was that? February 16th to mark the 3rd anniversary of the Marathon Continues being released.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? So it was big screen.
I seen it on World. I think I hit you when I seen it on World Star the first time too.
That nigga be dropping some of the fucking videos.
Shit,
It's kinda hard to keep up.
And the good thing about it is, you know, with me signing a distribution deal with World Star, because King of the Vibe is distributed through World Star, so I signed a record deal with them.
When did World Star become a record label or a distribution company?
Last year, this company called Media Lab, they bought Dat Piff, and my boy A-Locks. Shout out to A-Locks and KP, man. I see y'all doing a great job, and thank y'all for everything. This company called Media Lab, they bought Dat Piff. The owner of Dat Piff sold it, but they bought it and they kept 2 members on the staff, which was the site manager and the general manager.
Of World Star.
Of Dat Piff.
Of Dat Piff, okay.
And Dat Piff, they were like, you know, what can we do to make this better? You know, well, they #1 competition. Now Dat Piff been lit since 2005. They're the first mixtape site. They're the original.
Datpiff.com.
They have all of the major artists go there. Now, I'm not hating on live mixtapes, my mixtapes, Spinrilla, but them numbers fake. Y'all know they fake. We know they fake. Everybody know they fake. Cause if
Dat Piff, that's what Wayne was dropping his mixtapes on, huh?
Everybody drops because you can't cheat. They have if your shit only plays 500 times, and that's how many times the motherfucker played.
Yeah. You
buy some bots, they gonna pull the mixtape. Any fraudness.
Yeah.
I've tried.
Yeah.
I've tried.
Fuck it.
That's what made me, I couldn't beat him, I had to join him.
That niggas ain't no buccaneer boy.
I tried. I put out over 400 mixtapes. You think I done got pseudonym names trying to do it?
Yeah.
Hey, I had a couple Hard Hitter Nation mixtapes back in the day too, dog, when I was a little pup.
Appreciate it.
I did, dog.
Yeah.
I used to be king of the music on the north side, if you ain't know. I had
You had everything.
Man, back when
Big CD book.
Big CD book, I was one with the computer burning the CDs.
Yeah.
Man, I had 200 motherfuckers getting their weekly supply of music from me, dog. You crazy. I was king of the music on the night. I had a few I do a Hard Hitter Nation, Biggie Jiggy mixtapes, like you remember those? Well, I was on all that
We
shit.
had a bootleg operation from the dub to the north. We had like 3 spots on the west, spot on Little York at the Food Town. Nigga,
I wasn't bootlegging. I was making mix CDs. I didn't bootleg shit. Swisher House was too strong for me.
It was about 20 of them too.
I talk about one of them damn lives. I tell you what, in college, I was going to. Now I finished at University of West Florida. I went to Pensacola Junior College. Then I went to University.
You're a very intriguing individual.
So, but they had a hurricane while I was down there in college, right? Hurricane Ivan. This motherfucker tore that bitch up. They had the whole city and Mobile. Pensacola and Mobile, it knocked the radio station down, so they ain't had no radio station for almost a year.
Oh, that's Roy Jones from Pensacola.
That's my cousin.
No shit.
Yeah, that's my cousin.
Mixtape hustle.
But
no radio station.
So look, so we was going through what you go through in the hurricanes, and this is the year before Katrina. This is 1 year before Katrina. We was going through the no lights thing, and college had just started, and I was like, man, fuck this shit, man. So I had enough. I think I had about a half a tank of gas, and I drove north to go, because I was trying to go to my cousin's house in Atlanta. So I drove north, and then I finally got some gas and made on up there to Atlanta. So I was hanging out in Atlanta with my cousin. I said I wasn't coming back till the lights come back on. You feel me? Man, we in the college dorm, man. I ain't toughing it out like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
say, fuck this shit.
Fuck no. So I'm going to hang out in Atlanta. I could have came back to Houston, but I'm like, man, fuck that.
Everybody long that drive, yeah.
I had a half a tank of gas, nigga. I wasn't doing that, nigga. Anyways, I get up there. So I had my uncle wire me some money. When I come out, getting the money, it's a dude out there selling some CDs. Like, man, I got everything you want, man. Look, man, I tell you what, right now, man, I give you 4 CDs for $10. I said, man, if I buy 4 of them for $10, all right, I'll do that. So I went to the gas stations and shit. Nigga, I'm broke, nigga. I'm trying to hustle. You feel me?
You selling one of them out.
I got his number. And I went sold all 4 of the CD.
For how much a piece?
$5 a piece.
Yeah.
I mean 20.
Yeah.
Call you back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey man, so what if I spend $200 with you, man? Can I get a little better deal?
Right.
And I'm just gonna take you to where I go.
Well, get this shit from, yeah.
Nigga took me to the West End. I went to meet motherfuckers. But make a long story short, I ended up getting CDs. I started getting CDs for $1 and DVDs for $2. And I was selling the DVDs for 10, 3 for 25, and the CDs for $5. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was set up. I went to booming so hard. I went to having tables at TNW Flea Market in Pensacola. And everybody know now this shit.
And you still just buying them from him?
Listen.
You didn't get your towels?
Bro, check it out. They was coming. They looked like fucking Blockbuster.
Yeah.
I had the pictures. It's already done.
Yeah.
No labor. I just buy it from you and I sell it. You
see, what we started doing, we was getting, it was a nigga on West Belford that had them. Nigga, I ain't gonna say nigga now, cause niggas did time and everything for that shit. He was selling them all so much.
I got jammed up, man. They caught me with over $1 million cash.
Yeah.
I'm dead ass serious. That shit
off of bootleg.
Man, I was on the news, the newspaper, all that. See, I had got it to the point where we had started getting a little competition. I wasn't the only motherfucker going to Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody else started coming down. You know, you had throwback jerseys going.
Yeah.
Louis Vuitton purses and all that shit was bumping and everything, right? So, shit, we EA Sports in the game. I got throwbacks. I got purses. I got CD, DVD. And them folks came and raided that flea market, bro.
No shit.
And took us all to jail. Everybody working. And the charge was counterfeiting forged goods.
What they take you to jail for?
Counterfeit. Possession and selling counterfeit and forged goods.
They wouldn't allow young niggas to make money, nigga. Hell no.
Yeah, for the CDs,
man,
DVDs.
I fucked up when I went to buying them cars and shit. Candy paint and shit.
Got your ass on the radar.
And yeah, man, I jumped straight on the radar. Because they was pulling me over looking for dope, but they kept seeing flicks.
CDs and shit.
You know, and I was really making the money off them X-rated movies. Them flicks, them pornos.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I didn't have to go down on the price. Those would never be $5. So, you know what I'm saying?
How was you hitting them all for?
I was selling for like 15 a piece, man. Because you got to the porn place.
Killing them hoes on them.
$40 and $50.
Yeah.
So I'm got all the shit they got.
At the porn store?
At the porn store.
I was killing LimeWire and Napster back then. So I was the nigga getting the music straight off the internet. This was when that shit was hot. And them niggas, you know, before Napster got popular.
Yeah.
So I think I was making about I think I make about between $11,000 and $13,000 a week.
Yeah.
Cause at school I always had all the new music. Every time, I don't want to say no name, 50 Cent, Young Boy, all that shit, nigga, I was getting it.
Every time some new
say every time, and you just think, I spend $100, I make $500.
Right.
I spend $1,000, I make $5,000.
Right.
I spend $10,000, I make $50.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Here you go with and this is
I bet that nigga loved you.
So look, this is what happened. When I came back and the lights came on, we got our financial aid checks. I went right back up there with my whole financial aid check and bought all bootlegs.
Yeah.
God strike me down if I'm lying, bro. Yeah, all my cousins, everybody. I got rich off of bootlegs, and they took it off. So I ended up with 46 counts counterfeit for good. They told me if I fought for the money, I was gonna go fed. If I, how you say it when you saying I don't fight, I don't protest.
No contest.
No contest to me fighting y'all for. They sued me for they give you this little affidavit where they suing you for the money, and you can say no contest. And so I did that. That was a part of the plea agreement. They gave me 24 months probation concurrent on all 46 charges.
That's a win.
And then because what I did was they told me zero tolerance. So I had to go report less than 30 days, and I was a weed smoker.
But your first piss test can be dirty.
Hey,
your first
one. Said zero tolerance, huh?
They said zero tolerance. So when I put it in the cup, guess what? The next time I showed up,
gone.
I did. So I ended up doing 5.5 months, and I ain't never been in jail since. But yeah.
Man.
And they took all the money, so I came back to Houston on the Greyhound.
That's crazy.
But it's all good, though.
Crazy.
And so then what? So from there, then when you came back to Houston on the Greyhound, then what?
Come here, son.
Well, one of the luckiest things happened to me that wasn't so lucky. I ended up getting into a car wreck. I was sitting in the back seat with my cousin, and I got into a car wreck. Matter of fact, I was in Atlanta. I think I was up there for a funeral, and I was riding with them. It was after the funeral was over. So I was finna ride with some more family members back to Houston. And we got into a car wreck. And it was the other person's fault.
We got you back straight.
And I sued both insurance companies. My cousins and them other people.
Yeah.
I got a check and opened up a barbecue restaurant in the hood and went back to bootleg.
Now you had the business though.
Yeah, let me get some ribs and that Outcast.
And throw in Booty Talk 69.
But you gotta understand too, but I became a bootlegger also at the time because I was the DJ too. So I needed all of
y'all gonna try to act like y'all remember Booty Talk. That don't used to kill back in the game. Booty Talks. They ain't a whole Booty Talk collection. That's what I'm saying. Niggas can't front on Booty Talk.
That boy said 69 was his favorite number, dog.
I can't bullshit on Booty Talk, man.
That's that one.
That was West Coast Productions.
Come on, man.
Yeah, that's funny. I do remember the Booty Talk.
Booty Talk, man.
It gotta be West Coast Productions.
Yeah, no for West Coast
the Booty
Productions. Yeah,
that's hilarious.
Tripping.
That's hilarious, dog.
People call y'all in the middle of the night breathing hard. Like, hold on, nigga. You should call him on the phone. Yeah, man, I need to get some moving. What the fuck you got going on?
What else you got? I said, yo, man, you're pretty good. What else you got, man?
Shit. Man, you gotta understand, man. How many you want, nigga?
Yeah, that's
Square minute.
That's
hey,
funny.
man, I'm coming out the house for $50. I'll give you 6 for 50.
Man, that is funny, dog. So you, man, we got to get to this album before we get out of here, dog. I want to talk about this album, dog.
Okay, it's all good.
I'm getting off topic.
I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Before we go, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, I ain't got shit to hide. I ain't got motherfucking thing.
That shit real, though, dog. That shit's hilarious. But King of the Vibe, man, Is this your first, like, major project on the scale?
Hell yeah.
What?
I wasn't rapping, fool, or trying to rap. You know me, bro. I was DJing like a motherfucker.
Yeah, but you always had the mixtapes though. You always
Yeah.
had something going. Like,
Yeah.
so this didn't seem out of pocket or out of your wheelhouse at all about it.
Well, the thing of it was is this is like the first major project that I put out, you know, mixtape or otherwise, where I was in artist mode. Like, I actually rapped on these motherfuckers.
Fact.
I actually wrote these hooks.
I peeped that shit.
Had motherfuckers singing them motherfuckers. And, you know, I've been ghostwriting for a lot of people for a long time, but my goal, my vision was to help people. My goal was to save lives. Hey, if I'm in the way, I need to get out the way so some of these youngsters can have some hope. So they won't go over here and get in a rap beef and shoot this other motherfucker because they feel like he in the way. Right. You see what I'm saying?
What's your favorite song on the joint? Now that it's all complete.
That's hard, man, because it was, I don't know, man. I was jamming at the one with Angelo Dorsey for a while, that Your World. Okay. I was jamming at Wanted with DJ XO and Yellow Beezy.
Mine is Privacy.
Privacy, yeah, Privacy.
How long it took you to curate it?
Privacy.
Cause would you say you curated it or you wrote it or put it together? You know, how would you identify it?
Well, it took the whole 2020. I flew all over the country putting it together, actually. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so this is how I even got into it. So this is how this came about. I work with this guy. His name is Andrew Lee. He's the Crown Prince of South Korea. Now he's the one who I wrote the budget up for the Truth Shall Set You Free podcast. He's the one who cut the check for that. So he had this company called Private Internet Access, right? It's a VPN. Now, y'all heard of NordVPN. So NordVPN had all the commercials and shit running. Yeah. Well, around the rest of the world, the biggest VPN that everybody was getting was Private Internet Access. And so they were trying to come up with a way to market it. So I had already been retained for ideas. They had hired me on a monthly retainer, you know, run some things around or come up with ideas for them to market and promote some of the companies and different things of that nature. So he asked me if I could put a jingle together for him. I'm like, all right, cool. And I guess I was taking a long time, and he asked me again. He was like, look, man, I'm really trying to do this. So I went got a beat made from Mike B, like 3 different beats. And I said, man, what you think about these? He was like, man, I like them. And so on one of these particular beats, it was a sample from Black Moon, the dude. He replayed it and did some play live bass, guitar strings, everything. So I ran it by him. I said, what you think? What if we say, I need my privacy, I want my for private internet access?
No shit.
I love it, man.
So privacy was.
Yeah, it was jingle. It was like I was just giving him a hook and a beat. And, you know, I was going to put some more people on there. Woo, woo. He was like, man, put it together. Yeah, man, I need you to put it together. I was like, okay, cool. He was like, matter of fact, how fast can you do it? I mean, what are you trying? Man, just, here's $25,000. Go do it.
Oh, shit.
So I'm like, all right, cool. So my thing was I was going to get some battle rappers to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I went and got Scotty. Then we reached out to T-Top and Disaster. He's a white battle rapper. Big
I know
time.
Disaster. I'm a big battle rap fan.
Yeah, well,
I know Disaster.
Disaster is supposed to be on the song. Matter of fact, it was Disaster's idea for us to shoot the video in L.A. That's why the video is even shot in L.A. So I booked the videographer in L.A., the best guy I could find.
Thank you, Disaster, for not being on the song, man. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
From one battle rap fan that don't like you, I'm glad you're not on the song. Man, I'm not a Disaster fan.
Yeah, and then I got to show my lyrical talent.
But I don't like him.
Yeah, I'm a fan, so I don't like Disaster. Now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So as a battle rap fan.
So look, the deadline was coming up on the song Privacy, right? Now this is the first record I put out rapping, majorly, right? So he's not on it. The deadline's coming up. So I say, fuck it, I'm gonna bust a flow on that. So me and Scotty in the studio, right? And he like, nigga, you finna rap? What you finna do? Scotty looking at me crazy. So I'm like, I got my pen. I got pen and paper. You know, I like to do it like that.
You
So
know,
I
the new
never,
school, they type they shit in their
yeah,
phone.
I never let anybody see me doing any shit like that. Cause normally I don't write. Normally I do it over and over again, and then I send it to somebody, and they'll put their vocals on top. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna put this thing together. I'm like, man, I'm ready. Y'all ready? I'm ready. Boom. So I walk in this motherfucker, and I just start rapping it. And when I came out, Scotty was like,
That's
"You
what's
wrote that?
up.
You motherfucker.
You wrote
Yeah.
that?"
That's what's up.
So it's kind of like I waited till they did that shit because the topic for the song was privacy. So each
Video was dope too.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. Shout out to Zane. But actually after the video came out, we premiered it at the Asian American Awards for 2019, and shit, he gave me like $75K
That's hard.
to go around the country telling everybody about getting new sign-ups for private internet access and promoting the song. And he was able to sell that company. You can Google it. He was able to sell private internet access for for like over $230-some million.
That's hard.
The total company, you know, with everything, and he still be on the board. I ain't getting none of that money. You know what I'm saying?
That's hard, though.
He paid me to do my job. You know what I'm
He did,
saying?
yeah.
I did it. I was just glad to be a part of it because, you know, it could have been somebody else.
Facts.
For sure.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
You know what I'm saying? So that record, I went across the country. I got verses from Jim Jones up there in New York. Shout out to him. Jeremiah, L.A., Graph,
Man, I
Brother
seen
Beasley.
Envy talking about that.
I seen
Yeah,
Man,
shout out
this
to my
nigga-
boy
how did-
DJ Envy.
how
Nigga
did
just getting.
that-
I'm talking about
DJ
Noriega.
Brothers.
You know what I'm saying?
DJ
This nigga, motherfucker.
Hey,
Envy,
now
Envy,
Noriega's on the
Envy.
Coast to Coast tour. You know I'm a member of the Coast to Coast DJ.
Yeah.
Here comes everybody, Fleet DJs, you know,
Yeah,
everybody. Coast to Coast is the biggest DJ coalition in the world, and we're down with all coalitions, like Heavy Hitters, Nerve DJs, LA Leakers, Big 'em Ranking DJs, Heavy Hitters, Core, Fleet. Shout out to Fleet. Shout out to the Fleet DJs.
motherfucking
You know what I'm
DJ.
saying? Just everybody, coalition, you name them. But that's how, man, shout out to Lil Fats, because that's how I was able to build the network that I had, because it was through the Coast to Coast tours, you know, meeting different artists. And what Lil Fats used to do was him and Danny Mixtape and 210 Jack. When we do a Coast to Coast in Miami, yeah, we got the Coast to Coast Live going, but those judges are from the radio station or Platinum Records or are somebody. Like, they are somebody. So I was able to network and market with those guys. You see what I'm saying? As we go on this tour. Then you come back, then you have the how I was able to get the World Star Hip Hop, get cool with A-Locks. I go to the Coast to Coast conference in Miami every Labor Day. I'm going there for about 12 years straight. A-Locks is at the conference.
Hey, man,
every
we
year.
just need to hang out with hard hitters
Hey,
sometimes.
since you got the album, I'm gonna say it on camera, man. I'm officially inviting you to the annual Fleet DJ conference this year, going down in Jacksonville, man.
I'll come.
Yeah, you
If
got
I'm
the
invited,
album.
I'm coming.
I just
Shit.
invited you. Fucking right, you. need
If
to
I'm
come.
invited, I'm coming. A lot of times, man, I don't come to things because I don't know about them.
Yeah.
They'll think, oh, well, he's hard hitter. He should know. Nah, nigga,
Nah,
I'm just like you, nigga.
I'm gonna make sure the flyers hit your phone, dog.
I need to be informed.
Yeah,
you
I'm
know
gonna
what
make sure.
saying?
I'm gonna make sure it hit your phone.
So
Speaking of,
when I started getting a lot of the, and then Nori, shout out to him. My boy Ant.
I seen you on
DJ
that.
Effin.
I seen you on that podcast in the cut too when they was doing
yeah.
flip. I seen you in the cut. I said, ah.
Well, a lot of people don't know that that's when we started filming the podcast, Super Bowl weekend. We just don't have none of those episodes. Like, oh man, it was haywire. Man, I thought that shit was never gonna come to fruition, man. It was looking kind of shaky. We asked Flip ain't even know if I was gonna show up and be on the motherfucker.
Wow.
You know, it was. Well, I tell you what, it was a rough go around, because that was. I understand, man. I ain't never did no motherfucking podcast shit before.
Yeah.
He haven't either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We didn't know what we needed.
I
But,
fuck with it though. Spin the wheel, take a shot, take a puff.
Yeah.
I fuck with all that shit.
Yeah, a lot of those we came up. The spinning wheel was Flip. I wanted to do it was my idea to make it be different, but we wanted to come up with different ways to be different. Because see, the first thing we did when we got that budget for the podcast, we were supposed to be going on. We didn't anticipate All-Star Week, COVID-19.
Right.
So I had wrote out a whole itinerary of places we were going. We were going to the Super Bowl. We were going to All-Star game. We were going all this. And we got the money.
Yeah.
The agent just gave us the money. You know what I'm saying? So we good. So it's like when we got down there, it wasn't like I was confused. You know, I had never really worked with Flip like that. He had never really worked with me. You know, I move a certain way and he moved a certain way. You know, so we had to get that together. Then we had to get our chemistry together. You know, we used to cut each other off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then
Same shit.
Then we started off. It was 4 people on the damn stage. You know, and one of them got an attitude because they don't understand why I'm here. And I'm trying to figure out, you know.
I put you here, motherfucker.
No, I didn't. I didn't know nothing about it.
I mean,
you know
it's your
what I'm
show
saying?
though, like you know. What I'm
Somebody
saying?
had to explain that to me later on, but I was like, you know, I was just trying to soak it all in. You feel me? Because whatever it was, I knew that we were gonna have to make this successful.
Right.
You know, and I was in for the long haul, so I was gonna persevere this book. Matter of fact, shit, the police, they told me my Airbnb was Miami, downtown Miami. Man, I get there, man, there's some shit in overtown, man. I wasn't even getting out the car. Like, bitch finna jack me. They gonna see this jury on my neck. Ooh, nigga, I need to make a phone call. I ain't got nobody. I ain't got no.
Put me up somewhere,
Flip
motherfucker.
them up there and goddamn Fort Lauderdale. I'm down here in the hood. Like, these motherfuckers don't
With
got,
the Haitian.
like, hold on, man. Say, man. Look, Black Al Capone had the. I guess I don't know, man. There was a lot of confusing things going on that night, man. You know what I'm saying?
Some head scratching shit.
You know, yeah, for real. I didn't leave in the same car I came in. All that old shit.
Oh man.
Say, man, hey man, I was kind of feeling some type of way. You feel me?
He said he didn't know you was gonna come back, huh?
Hey, say, man, you know,
Leaving the same
you know, hey man, it was one, and then, oh man, nigga, whoever booked the flights back gave us, they booked the flights, gave us what was it, 8 or 9 hour layover, and sent us to the wrong airport.
Yeah,
So a nigga had
you were
to
down
go
there
get
fed
his,
up.
So a nigga had to go get his car from the other side of town. I'm like, man, y'all, I feel played.
Oh man.
But then everything
And then-
worked itself out.
Yeah,
It's
well,
definitely working out.
well, I tell you what, the first place we went was Drink Champs. If we didn't do shit successful that particular trip, we did Drink Champs.
I watched that whole episode.
And we were able to see how a real podcast was run. Like, we got our experience from being on a podcast, how a nationally televised podcast is supposed to run. We got to see how they was holding their mics, what kind of engineering board they had, what angles the cameras were coming from, how they had the crowd. See, a lot of people don't know it's somebody else sitting at that table who Nori be talking to. He got to bounce shit off his nephew. This motherfucker right here. They edit him right on out every time. He's sitting up there getting drunk, talking shit to his uncle. He's never in the show.
No shit.
Yeah.
No shit.
All of the shows are edited. That's why our show is edited. We was gonna come out with some live shit, this and that. You know, he the freestyle king and blah blah
It's
blah.
different. It's different live.
And when we was trying to do that, that podcast with the Migos and all them in the club, it was noisy. Can't use none of that shit. Got the Migos, got Floyd Mayweather, got all these Aaron Donald.
None of that shit.
Hey, Le'Veon Bell, can't use none of that.
Controlled environment, huh?
so it was time to regroup, and then I think Lil Flip was trying to put out his album.
Project. Is he really
Lucky Charms.
Is he really
Lucky
retired?
Charms too.
Is he really retired?
Shit, I don't know.
I don't believe it.
Shit, I don't know.
I don't think so. Lil Flip can't not rap, man.
Hey,
Yeah, because he just dropped the Flip Mayweather tape not too long ago.
Yeah.
That nigga can't not
Well,
rap.
I think he's supposed to drop that on his birthday.
Oh, that came out yet?
Yeah, he turned 40 this year. I think he's supposed to drop that on his birthday.
I seen the artwork for it, standing in front of the car with the ring in the back. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I seen the artwork for that
Yeah,
joint.
so we was able to make it. I tell you what, it got to the point where I guess after COVID hit, well, on the plane ride back, now I tell you what, he had the same layover with me. And Al Capone had it too. Al Capone booked him a flight and left. He said, man, I left you at that time to talk to me and Flip. We actually got the bond, you know. And that's when I really felt like it was just gonna be a success, you know. Because you gotta understand, he's a guy who, as a kid, he was a millionaire as a kid. He was a teenager that God put it in his, you know, in his particular orbit for him to be successful like that. You see what I'm saying? I didn't. I ain't get no $1 million nigga at 18, you know, like that. So he was also once the #1 hip hop artist. Because you gotta understand, originally I was supposed to have my own podcast with this particular budget. And I was trying to bring get Flip back into the fold because he had already knew the same guy.
Yeah.
And another guy had hated on him and got him kicked out the car. So this was one of my ways of
Getting him back in the
him
ride.
back in the car. You know, we started off with when we did the 4th of July concert with Pitbull and Akon, New York City for the 4th of July fireworks, Statue of Liberty. That was one of the events. And, you know, we were able to just, I kept working with him. And, you know, Flip ain't a bad guy. You see what I'm saying? So, as this progressed, we had went to the UFC fight with Conor McGregor and Cowboy when he dropped the boy in the first round.
Yeah.
So Andrew Lee, Crown Prince, he invited us to come up, and there was some more dudes from another state. I shouldn't even give him those. Man, fuck J Money anyway. But anyway, yeah, fuck J Money, bitch. I meant it, nigga.
Whoa.
Okay, so
Back.
Now he from Georgia, and I love Atlanta. I love everybody in Atlanta, you know, all them big beautiful women and everything. But homeboy was acting like a real peach. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like
he's acting like a real
Yeah,
peach,
I feel
hating
like
on us, woo.
peach ass nigga.
And at the time,
Fucking huh?
and at the time, the sale of private internet access was going on. So you got the richest guy in Israel buying private internet access from the Crown Prince of South Korea. And we right there. Like we watching a fucking multi-million-dollar deal take place, and we there. And you got this old asshole ass motherfucker hating on us because the man want to fuck with me. He like the privacy video. The man want to give me some more bread and this, that, and the third, and just some more hating and shit.
Yeah.
So Flip was was talking about doing a podcast, and I'm already supposed to do mine. He said, man, HITTA, man, fuck them niggas, man. You know what? We ought to stick it to their ass. We ought to do a podcast together, man. You ought to woo. Now, I done already secured funding for this.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know what? Let me see what Andrew think about this. Man, what you think if I have Lil Flip on a lot of the episodes and this? Now, keep in mind, this is a Lil Flip fan.
Oh yeah, that shit worked. It worked though.
He done bless this nigga with 2 Rolls Royces.
That shit. That shit worked.
Hey, I want mine. You know what I mean? But anyway,
that shit worked.
Now. So, but he was like, yeah. And then he was like, man, you gotta understand, Flip can get all the guests. They'll probably come because they were once fans. I was like, yeah. That shit will work. We got some. So I called Flip. I said, yeah, man, we could do it. And I typed up I had to retype my whole budget and resubmit it.
Yeah. And
told him, I was like, well, since I'm gonna be doing the Master of Munchies and I gotta do the whole privacy tour, here, shoot the bread to Flip, And trusting in you. That's why I was kind of like looking crazy after Super Bowl. This is our first trip.
Shit, looking.
But like I said, man, it was just a trying time. We was able to persevere, and man, look what we got, man.
You got something going,
Got something, man. It's
You see what
working.
I'm
Got something
The
going,
album, man, King of the Vibe.
Album now.
King of the Vibe. Make sure you get it distributed by World Star Hip Hop.
I'm excited about that, man. The features on it is ridiculous. She did the damn thing on that bit.
Man, God is great, man. I was able to get COVID-19 everything. COVID-19 treatment, prices, all that shit. I don't want to say shout out. Fuck COVID-19. Fuck COVID and cancer.
I think it said I was able to get through COVID prices, man.
I mean,
That's what's up,
man,
dog.
you gotta understand, man, too, man. A lot of guys, man, they normally feed their family off doing shows.
Right.
They weren't able to perform during COVID.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's
COVID
like,
fucked up the music business for real. Like if your name wasn't Drake, Beyonce, or Taylor Swift, it affected you somehow, some way.
I tell you who came up though. Sauce Walker and the whole Sauce. Boy, them boys sold.
Shout out to the
Boy, all them
TSL.
made $250,000 off features.
Shout out to the TSL, them boys work.
Bro,
Yes,
we
sir.
appreciate you, bro, for coming through, man.
Man, it's
Yeah,
over
man.
already? Yeah, it's over already.
Man, we
man.
appreciate you
Goddamn,
for coming
man.
through. Man, bro, you gonna have to come back through.
Man, it's
You know
no
what I'm saying?
problem.
And hook us up with your Asian. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, look, I'm trying to figure out if that's why I still won't be. Goddamn. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man, he's a good friend of mine, Andrew Lee. But man, I know a lot of people, man. A lot of great business people. A lot of that just fell into place. One of the best people I know, I work for.
Yeah,
I work for Jay Prince.
like a
You know what
motherfucker.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I'm running everything through him and Mike Mack before it go anywhere.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If they didn't okay that, I wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
If they wasn't cool with none of that, none of these moves would be made.
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying?
We appreciate
I feel
your
that,
hard
man.
hitter, man. Salute to you, man.
Yes, sir.
Your progress through your career, everything you done did, man.
God is great, man.
You
Shout
know
out
what
to
I'm
y'all, man. Y'all got something good going on here, too,
we
man.
appreciate
You know
it,
what
bro.
I'm saying?
Appreciate it.
We
dog.
podcast brothers.
Hey, you know
Appreciate
what I'm
it,
saying?
man.
Podcast
Fuck
brothers,
that. We
man.
DJ brothers. Y'all go stream this album, and it's important that you check out the album, King of the Vibe. It's gonna be something on there to match whatever vibe you on at whatever time of the day. DJ Nitekap stand behind it, man. You got my word.
I am Hype South.
I am breaking Texas.
And I was here.
This is
Throw it in the game.